The World Cup is coming soon, and I've got a free Excel template to help you track it easily, make predictions, compete with your friends, and also potentially compete against the AI. Watch for a future video where I compare the different predictions the AIs make using my template. So let's go over how the template works. There are three main tabs, one for the actuals, one for the different players' predictions that you may make, and a leaderboard if you've got multiple players and you want to track that. So for the actuals, this is where you'll enter in the scores that actually took place. So instead of updating every individual player tab, you just update it all here. So you put in the actual results. So the predictions, if you're making them, go on these other tabs for players. So if you want to have multiple players, you just copy this tab however many times you need to. And then so you enter the scores here. And so if I just enter 1-0 here for this match between Mexico and South Africa, it's going to update the standings here, put in the correct goal differential and points, and update the standings. And as you enter everything in, that's going to also update the knockout stages as well. So if I just copy this and paste this all the way through to the end of the group stages down here, that's going to update now the knockout rounds. So how I suggest using this template is first making predictions for the group stages. And then once you've done that, make predictions for the knockout stages, just because these individual prediction tabs here for player one, this is all linked to the actuals. So this avoids having to potentially, put in the actuals and then make sure everything's correct. This way, everything's linking to this actual tab. So as this gets updated, the other prediction sheets will get updated as well. Now, if you do want to make predictions for absolutely everything right off the bat, what you could do is make a copy of the actuals tab, put in your predictions where the knockout stages will update based on your predictions, and then copy that into the tab. But I'd suggest doing it where you first do the group stages, because so much can change by the time you get to the knockout stages that, any predictions that you make having the correct teams play each other is already going to be pretty challenging as it is to make sure that's correct. So I would suggest first doing the group stages and then the knockout, and that makes it easier so that if someone joins in late or, you want to try again in the knockout stage, it's a lot easier to do it that way. And in the knockout stages, because there's the potential for extra time and penalties, I put a section for this as well. So let's say Mexico and Canada have a 0-0 draw, and then 0-0 in extra time, and then penalties. Let's say finally we have a winner. So you could potentially enter in a score for each one of those. Now for the predictions, for the sake of making it simple, I did not I did not set it up so that you'll go to that length. It's basically predicting the score and a winning team. So if it goes to a shootout, I did not go to that level where, you're going to predict so far in advance, you're going to predict the extra time score and the penalty score, because my goal here was to try to make it as simple as possible. So now let's go over to the player one tab where I'm going to enter in my prediction. And when entering it in, the key thing to remember is to make sure to put it in a format where we've got the first team score, so 1 for Mexico, followed by a colon, and then the other team score, 0 for South Africa. If I entered it in as 1-0, it's going to give me an error message just to make sure that the format is in this specific format, just to make sure my formulas are all calculating correctly. So here you can see this is the number of points I get based on that result, because here I've got my point system set up for 2 points for the correct total goals combined. The correct result gets 3 points, 5 for the correct result, and the exact scoreline being correct. So you can adjust these over here, and that's going to update these calculations. So I didn't want to overcomplicate it by also putting in predictions for penalties and extra time. So I've tried to keep it simple by focusing on the winner and then that initial scoreline. You can, however, still earn extra points for getting the team in the correct position. So if Mexico finishes in the first spot, then you'll get this many points here for that. So based on how accurate your predictions are based on the standings, you can also earn points based off of that. And then here you've got your total points predictions based on all these things. So it's going to add up all these values here and also these ones. These ones are not going to populate until the group stages are done. So that's why they're going to stay blank for now, just because nothing's been filled in completely. So otherwise, you would have a high point total already just because everything would be in the exact same position. And then if you go to the leaderboard tab, this is where if you have multiple players, you can all link this in together. So for example, I've got player 1, 10 points. So if I add another player, if I add another tab for player 2, let's say I copy this, create a copy, and then move it to the end. And we're going to call this player 2. And then let's say this player got this prediction wrong. They put 0, 1. So they've only got 2 points because they got the correct number of goals. I'll go to the leaderboard and type in player 2. So it has to match the name of the tab. And so now we've got player 2. They've got 2 points. So you can see how that leaderboard works. So if you have multiple players, you can use that. Otherwise, you want to use just the one tab for your predictions. Over on the right here, just like with my actuals tab, I've got a section for override just because in the event of tiebreakers, you can manually put the right teams in the right position. So if it's not calculating correctly, just because there could potentially be a lot of tiebreakers, you can manually put in the standings here. So let's say if we've got these teams but in the wrong positions, if I just copy this, paste it here, I'll put, let's say 4, 3, 2, 1, just to put it in a different order. That's going to override it. So that's only if it's not calculating properly. So if you need to override that, whether that's on your individual predictions or on the actuals, then that's how you could do that on there. If you want to say, okay, this is the team that I expect to win based on the tiebreaker, but it's not quite calculating that way, that's how you can do that on there. And you can do the same thing on the actuals, as we've got an override section here as well. And if there is a situation where the knockout stages are not computing properly, you can also just go in here and manually update these matchups. As you can see, the format where we've got the country dash the other country. So if worst comes to worst, you need to update, you can just override the values in here and put that in there as well. Same thing for the time as well. And that brings me to another way you can use this, and that's just for really just tracking the matches. If you aren't interested in making predictions, but you just want to track the games as they're taking place, you have a couple ways you can do that. One, I've got a watch list over here. So let's say you just want to see the games involving certain countries. So let's say I select the USA, and let's say I also want to track Australia. So now it's going to highlight any matches involving either one of those two teams. So that way you can see exactly which games are coming up, when they're taking place. And this time zone here is based on your local time, so those automatically update. I've got the time here, and this is in Eastern time. So if you put in your own time zone in here, then it's going to automatically adjust. Right now, it's the same. So 3 p.m., that matches up to this. But let's say if I just put in -5, right, it's going to automatically adjust based on your local time. So the key thing is just to enter this correctly based on your GMT adjustment, your time zone, and everything else is going to update. Now, I also have a section for cities as well, just because this tournament is very broad, encompassing multiple countries and many different cities. So if you're traveling around and want to see which games are in your area, let's say we're in Seattle and Vancouver. We're in that area, and we want to see what types of games are taking place there. So this is going to highlight in blue. It's going to highlight the cities. So we've got Australia and Turkey taking place in Vancouver. In Seattle, we've got Belgium and Egypt taking place the next day. And so it makes it a lot easier if you're in a certain part of a country and you want to see which games might be coming up in that area. It's a lot easier to track it that way. So multiple ways that you can use this spreadsheet to track the World Cup, whether it's to make predictions or just to follow the games and see different scenarios as what the standings might look like. So I'll leave a link in the description for this video as to where you can download this template. So please check it out and let me know your thoughts. And if you did like it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.